receipts out. Put it, because you can't lie about my no. And when you lie about my make sure them is legit.
I ain't give a fuck, but that time, the actions that I did during the time that I was acting that way helped me realize, like, bro, you wrong. You know what I mean? You just wrong. Just get out the way and go back to your mission. Go back to your mission. Leave that alone. But I am happy with everything. I want the best. I've accepted.
All right, Nick. I make you look good. Look at the jump. I don't care. Look at the and I'm a fucker. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna them anyways. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. I'm gonna throw you that for 2,000. You gotta survive out here.
Welcome back to your daily dose of scandal and glamour. Offset just flipped the internet upside down, and this was no accident scroll slip. Out of nowhere, he jumped on Instagram and dropped a post so bold that the whole timeline froze. What did he post? A picture of Maury Povich himself. Yeah, the king of daytime chaos and the man behind the legendary line, "You are not the father." Fans couldn't believe it, and the second they started buzzing, Offset yanked the post down after barely half an hour. That quick delete told everyone exactly what it was, a message, not a mistake. The shade was crystal clear, and the internet caught it instantly. Theories started flying everywhere. Was Offset hinting at hidden family drama? Was this tied to Cardi's youngest daughter, Blossom? Whispers got so loud, some even claimed he was throwing shots at rumors about Cardi being pregnant again. And the wildest part?
Put receipts out. Put it, because you can't lie about my no. And when you lie about my make sure them is legit.
People were saying the baby might not even be his. The gossip blogs didn't waste a second before dragging NFL star Stefon Diggs into the mess, with fans speculating Offset was trying to expose something way deeper than anyone expected. This wasn't just a meme for laughs. It was a strategic bomb. Offset pressed post, let it simmer long enough to cause chaos, then dipped like nothing happened. Screenshots spread everywhere, with fans dissecting the timing, the shade, and the meaning behind it all. He didn't need captions, emojis, or a rant. Just that one Maury image did all the talking, and it left fans scrambling to connect the dots. One fan nailed it, writing, "You can't lie about my DNA, and if you try, make sure them receipts are solid." That Maury stunt wasn't slick, though. Everybody saw through it.
I ain't give a fuck, but that time, the actions that I did during the time that I was acting that way helped me realize, like, bro, you wrong. You know what I mean? You just wrong. Just get out the way and go back to your mission. Go back to your mission. Leave that alone. But I am happy with everything. I want the best. I've accepted.
Offset might have thought he was being clever, but all he really did was spark an internet wildfire that has people convinced something big is brewing behind the scenes. That post wasn't just some goofy meme moment, it was heavy with meaning, and here's where things get crazy. Gossip of the City grabbed the screenshot before it vanished and claimed they know the real story. Allegedly, Offset didn't just wake up thinking, "Let me troll with Maury memes." Nah, 2 weeks earlier, during Mediation with Cardi, he supposedly dropped a bomb request, a DNA test for their youngest daughter, Blossom. Let that sink in for a second. Offset and Cardi are in the middle of a divorce. Emotions running wild, lawyers in the mix, money and custody battles heating up, and out of nowhere, Offset questions if Blossom is even his child. The internet exploded at the thought. Some fans swore he was just being petty, trying to drag Cardi through the mud to make this split even nastier. But others whispered he might be dead serious, that he truly suspects something ain't adding up.
All right, Nick. I make you look good. Look at the jump. I don't care. Look at the and I'm a fucker. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna them anyways. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. I'm gonna throw you that for 2,000. You just gotta survive out here.
And then came the part that had jaws hitting the floor. Cardi herself once admitted she cheated while pregnant with Blossom. Yes, she straight up said it. No hesitation, no filter. So when Offset threw up that Maury post, everybody instantly connected the dots. Fans started buzzing like, "Oh, this ain't random. He's hinting at DNA receipts." But was that post his way of saying results are already in? Or was he warning the world he's sitting on proof that could flip this divorce inside out? Either way, it wasn't just messy. It was a digital bombshell. Social media had a field day tearing it apart. Memes flew nonstop. People clowning like, not Offset turning his own daughter into a Maury episode. But here's the real sting. If Offset truly doesn't believe Blossom is his, that's not just shading Cardi. That's putting his own child in the public spotlight. And with how ruthless the internet is, that move hit different and left fans shook. That's straight up cruel. And a lot of fans are saying Offset crossed a line he can't ever walk back from. Still, let's be real. Offset's been moving bitter ever since Cardi filed those divorce papers. From sneak disses to cryptic posts, he's been looking salty by the day, so pulling petty stunts like this, not shocking one bit. But the big question now is, was Offset actually trying to expose something explosive, or was he just hurt and using Maury memes to grab attention? Either way, the tension's at a boiling point and everybody knows the DNA drama is far from over. And here's the kicker. Reports claim Offset didn't just clown on Instagram for laughs. Nah, he allegedly brought up a DNA test for Blossom right in the middle of Mediation with Cardi. And mediation ain't for games. It's supposed to be about dividing property, working out custody, and figuring out who gets what. But Offset came in on a whole different energy, basically saying, "Run me the swab now." That wasn't a joke, it was a bomb dropped right into the process. Sure, a handful of people are giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying maybe he just wants peace of mind, maybe he truly doesn't know for sure, but let's not act brand new. This wasn't some random request out of nowhere. Don't forget, Cardi once admitted clear as day that she cheated while pregnant with Blossom. Yeah, while carrying that baby, she said it herself. And you can bet that confession has been living rent-free in Offset's head, ticking away like a time bomb ready to explode. Now that divorce papers are flying, Offset is turning old wounds into full-blown weapons. When he demands a DNA test, he's not just asking questions, he's basically saying, let's put this on blast and see who the real father is. And the timing, way too messy to call coincidence. This ain't about curiosity, it's about leverage, plain and simple. Offset wants to drag Cardi's image through the mud, shake her reputation in court, and make sure the world remembers she's not squeaky clean either. He's not the only one with dirt under his name, but now he's making sure everyone knows Cardi's got stains too. And let's talk symbolism. He could have posted anything at all, but he went straight for Maury Povich. And we all know Maury isn't just some random meme. He's the face of paternity drama, DNA wars, and public humiliation. That post wasn't a joke, it was a warning shot. Nobody scrolls past Maury without thinking, you are not the father. He's the universal symbol of messy family scandals, the king of exposing secrets with one swab. So when Offset dropped that picture, he wasn't being subtle. He was screaming loud, I don't trust you, Cardi, and I don't trust this baby situation either. But here's the part that had fans clowning. People started pulling up pics of little Blossom and saying, sir, what are we even doing here? That baby looks just like you. And just like that, the internet split in two. One side dragged Offset as a bitter, soon-to-be ex-husband using Maury memes as weapons to humiliate Cardi. The other side, they said maybe, just maybe, he's got a reason to question things. But either way, the drama just got nastier, and the whole world is watching this divorce turn into a DNA circus. And that's exactly what makes this whole saga so toxic. It's not cut and dry. Maybe Offset really has doubts lingering in his head, or maybe he's just being spiteful, throwing shade because his pride's bruised. But one thing's crystal clear. Airing it all out in public with sneak posts and quick deletes only makes the drama 10 times worse. At this point, it's not just about Cardi anymore, it's about Blossom, a child being dragged into a storm over grown folks' games, and that's why the internet is side-eyeing Offset the hardest. Imagine Blossom growing up one day, scrolling through the archives, and seeing her own father hinting online that he didn't believe she was his. That cut would be deep no matter what the truth is. But let's be real, Offset knew exactly what he was doing. He plays the internet like a fiddle, and that Maury post was no accident. He knew it would send blogs into meltdown mode, and sure enough, within minutes, the headlines were everywhere. Now the whole world is watching and waiting for one thing only, the DNA results. And when those papers drop, whether they prove Offset right or dead wrong, the fallout is gonna be nuclear. But here's where it flips. While Offset's out here questioning Cardi's baby, the streets are buzzing with whispers about his own dirt. And this rumor, baby, it's giving full-on daytime telenovela. Word on the curb is that Offset's been creeping with, wait for it, the house help. Not a rapper, not a model, not even one of these random Instagram stars. The house help under his own roof. If that's true, the irony is insane. How you gonna be out here posting Maury memes and questioning your wife's child when you're allegedly messing around with someone working in your own home? That twist right there got fans clowning even harder, calling this whole situation pure hypocrisy wrapped in scandal. That ain't just messy, that's straight up reckless. Fans are already pointing out the wild double standard, with Offset trying to flip the script on Cardi while allegedly cooking up scandal in his own backyard. It's giving pure pot and kettle energy, like how you pointing fingers when your own hands might be just as dirty. And let's keep it real. These house help whispers didn't just appear yesterday. They've been floating around for a while. People online swear they peep little clues. Staff members quietly disappearing from Cardi's house with no explanation. Cardi hopping on live, ranting about betrayal and loyalty without dropping names. Fans were quick to connect the dots. Like, who else could she have been aiming those shots at? So when Offset threw up that Maury post, instead of killing the rumors, he only fueled them. To a lot of people, it stopped looking like a flex and started looking like straight up deflection. And here's where it gets sticky. Some blogs are now claiming this alleged house help situation might be the real reason Offset's pushing so hard for a DNA test. The theory, if his own dirt eventually spills, he wants a card to play like, well, Cardi cheated too? Look, I even had to question if the baby was mine. That way, he flips the narrative and makes his own scandal look a little less damning. The mental gymnastics are wild, but fans aren't buying the idea that it's all coincidence. The timing, the cryptic posts, the old confessions, it's all lining up a little too neatly. Offset might think he's moving like a chess master, but from the outside, the streets see a man scrambling, trying to stay one step ahead of the storm he stirred up himself. Cardi and Offset's marriage has always felt like a live-action soap opera. Cheating scandals, explosive fallouts, dramatic makeups, and messy breakups. It's like they've both been stacking receipts just to weaponize them the moment things go left. But if Offset really did cross that line with someone working inside their own home, that's not just another messy chapter, that's lawsuit territory. We're talking NDAS, employment law, power imbalance, all the messy legal landmines that come with it. And of course, the internet ran wild the second the rumors started spreading. Memes popped up nonstop, clowning Offset for allegedly failing to keep his drama in the streets and instead keeping it literally in-house. Fans joke that if Cardi confirms it, she won't just clap back online, she'll put the alleged house help in a verse and drag them the same way she's done with other ops before. Now just picture the dynamic. Offset tossing out Maury memes and questioning Cardi's daughter, while Cardi's side-eyeing him for allegedly creeping under their roof. Both of them spinning their own narratives, making sure neither one looks like the bigger villain. It's giving straight up mess Olympics, and the sad truth, nobody's winning medals here. At this point, even the fans are divided. They don't know what's real anymore. Is Offset exposing genuine tea, or is he just throwing out distractions to cover his own skeletons? Either way, both the DNA drama and the house help whispers feel like ticking time bombs. And when those bombs go off, this divorce could easily overshadow some of the wildest celebrity splits we've ever seen, even rivaling the Kanye and Kim saga in pure chaos. When I say this divorce is shaping up to be one for the history books, I mean it. This is looking like the kind of scandal people will still be talking about years from now. I'm not exaggerating. Cardi and Offset have been through storms before, but this round feels different. Both of them are pulling out nuclear weapons, and let's start with Cardi. She might crack jokes and troll on Instagram, but when it comes to her image, she takes that dead serious. This is a woman who built herself from nothing, stripping clubs to reality TV, then flipped it into global superstardom. She knows better than anyone that in this game, the court of public opinion can crown you or crush you. So when Offset started hinting Blossom might not be his, Cardi caught that shot instantly. There's no way she's gonna sit back and let him paint her as some reckless baby mama while he's allegedly tangled up in his own house help drama. She's been through too much to let her legacy get dragged through the dirt like that. And of course, the internet is split right down the middle. Team Offset argues he's within his rights to demand a DNA test, especially since Cardi herself admitted she cheated during that pregnancy. But Team Cardi claps back, reminding everyone Offset's been caught slipping more times than they can count, so playing the victim, it doesn't exactly hold weight with them. Both sides swear they've got the stronger argument, and the back and forth is endless. But here's what's not getting enough attention. The kids. Blossom and her siblings are smack in the middle of this circus. Every meme, every shady post, every whisper about DNA tests doesn't just hit Cardi or Offset, it eventually lands on them. And that's the part that could cut the deepest once the dust finally settles. Right now, Blossom's too young to understand any of this. But fast forward a few years, imagine being old enough to scroll the internet and stumbling across posts of your own father basically questioning if you're really his child. That's not just gossip, that's generational baggage disguised as entertainment, and once it's out there, it never disappears. And let's not forget, this isn't just messy drama for the blogs, it's unfolding inside divorce court. Offset requesting that DNA tests during mediation isn't only about peace of mind, it's a legal strategy. If he proves Cardi cheated while pregnant and plants doubt about paternity, it shifts the whole balance of power. Custody battles, child support numbers, even spousal support. All of it could swing depending on what that DNA swab says. Everything changes the moment doubt gets introduced. Offset isn't just being petty, he's making a calculated move. This is chess, not checkers, but don't get it twisted. Cardi's no rookie to these games either. She knows how to rally support when her back's against the wall. And the Barty gang is already circling Twitter like hawks, ready to drag Offset the second they feel he's trying to smear her name. And if those house help whispers ever start gaining traction, Cardi won't even need to lift a finger. All she's got to do is hop on live, drop a couple fiery words about betrayal, and the internet will take care of the rest, ripping Offset to shreds without her even breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, Offset's been leaning heavy into the sympathy angle, posting cryptic stories, deleting them minutes later, and liking shady tweets just enough to keep people guessing. He's painting himself as the wounded husband who just wants answers. But let's be honest, the internet ain't buying it so easily. People are side-eyeing hard, asking why he's throwing subliminals for millions to see instead of handling this business behind closed doors where it belongs. At this point, the divorce stopped being about love lost. It's a straight-up PR war. Who comes out the victim and who gets branded the villain? With DNA drama simmering on one side and house help whispers exploding on the other, it's almost impossible to say who's winning. Both sides are pulling moves, both sides are leaking narratives, and both sides are waiting for that one knockout moment that tips the scales for good. Because when this finally hits the courtroom and those DNA results drop, it won't just be lawyers in the room. Blogs, timelines, podcasts, fan pages, and every gossip outlet on the planet will be tuned in, ready to eat it all up. And when that swab speaks, somebody's walking out with their head high, and somebody's swallowing humble pie in front of the entire internet. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest tea. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.